Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well today. Um, what I want to show you is two variations of the same thing, but it's up to you to decide which of them you like the best. So here I have some translucent, and I use the Sun Bright Yellow, Alcohol Ink Piñata, the Havana Brown, this, and the Calabaza Orange. Now it all depends to you what kind of colors you want, and I'll excuse me, I'll tell you some combinations when we are towards the end. Excuse me. It's very windy here, and that spreads pollen, and it's Oklahoma, so the ragweed is in, and I cannot take any kind of allergy pills because they all make me sleepy, and I have enough sleepiness as it is. Okay, the other thing that you can do, and if you ask me, well, did you test it? Yes, I tested it many times. You can use ground pepper, you can use ground cinnamon, you can use any kind of ground herb that will show some kind of texture in your clay. And not only that, but except for if you use resin, that's not going to work. If you use just the plain polymer clay and you sand and excuse me, you sand and buff it, and you wear something, like a pendant that would be close to your skin, it will get warmed up by the skin, and it will also have a scent that is especially valid with cinnamon and like ground cloves and ground star anise. It will have beautiful scents, but pepper not so much. But I like pepper because it gives a little bit of different colors, so that's what I'm going to use here, because I want a little bit of textures in here. Of course, you can get this by doing all kinds of little bubble type. You all know the bubble cane. If I start sneezing this time, it's going to be because of the pepper. You can do that with bubble cane, but I find that they come up nicer like this with ground pepper. And I did apply the alcohol ink, so we don't have to wait here, sit and look at it, like watching paint dry, for the alcohol ink to get dry enough that I can start doing my little Skinner blend. So I'm going to first put it in the machine like this. And I might add some more pepper if I think that it's not enough textured yet. And as I said, as I'll be working, I will be telling you exactly what color combinations will work with what type of overlay, because we are going to do an overlay on this. And I'm not going to be very careful on preserving the lines because I do want them to get mixed, so they would create a gradient, obviously. And yeah, this was not a Skinner blend that I could have done ahead of time to save time, because I wanted you to see how it is done. And once again, I'm not going very demonstrate, I'm going left and right with my roll. But what we want to have is a fairly blurred Skinner blend, not perfectly perfect gradient. And as you can see, it already started working. And again, I'm going right and I'm going left, and right and left, so I can get a lot of mixing. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if you noticed, but in the last lives I had to enable the subscribers only, because it seems that the number of spam bots has increased. And there we go. See how it's getting better and better. And I'm doing it this way because I want to keep it fairly skinny. I don't want it widening out. And I'll probably have to do this like 4 or 5 more times. And again, left and right and left and right. It is amazing to me how much we have moved from the you have to mix it for Skinner blends exactly this specific way, or otherwise it's going to be a disaster. Now don't get me wrong. For some things, especially when it's about flowers and faux gemstones, the a Skinner blend can be very important. But for general projects, it's not that important. And I think I do have enough. Maybe a little bit. Just a little bit more. I have this pepper shaker. You're gonna laugh, but it's only for polymer clay. I normally use one of those hand mills for actual cooking. Okay, and this should be good. I'm going to give it one more run in the pasta machine, but this time I'm going to let me see which of the sides I like the best. I like this side the best. I'm going to actually get it on the thicker setting. And just keep going until it gets a little bit wider. Okay, now this should be good. Let me see. No, just a little bit wider. And one more pass. Alrighty, so now I should be good. And these would be like earrings, but of course you can do obviously pendants and other things, and I will show you how to do also beads using a mold. Alrighty, so now this I can reuse and get another one from this. But the first simplest thing to use, I'm going to grab some white and get it on the thinner setting, and you see here, so just to give me an approximation, so I'm going to go like this. I am fighting right now in my house. I'm fighting. I don't know how it is where you are, but here we did not have enough cold last winter. We did have some really freezing times, but I guess it wasn't freezing enough. Okay, so I'm going to go with some increasing. These are the bitty clay doodlers from Polyclay Play. And again, please don't forget to use my, oh, I forgot that this one is messed up a little bit. To use my affiliate link when you order from there. I might have issues with the okay. So I'm going to give it a this is supposed to be even distances, but as I cannot see very well, they aren't very even because of the position of the thing. And then I'm going to grab this other one. Try not to leave a lot of room between your circles. And yes, these come with a little thing that helps you clean your doodlers. And we are going to grab this. And place it on top of the thing. And you can make this even thinner than this, than what it is. And we are going to burnish it. And remember, always first push with your fingers because you don't want to distort the pattern, so you'll never roll. Okay, you only push. You can use an acrylic block, and then I'm going to rub until I feel that there is no difference here. And if you do this, you'll have to do very little sanding. It helps a lot with the smoothness. Okay, and of course I'm going to have to recut it. Now, as I said, I was going to give you some extra tips. You can do this with a with a combination of like 3 parts translucent and 1 part white. And you can even put like, remember there's the whole thing with the square 1.5 inch cutter, and you cut it in 4. You can actually use only 1/8 white and then mix some interference blue mica powder in the translucent and make a mix and do this. But you do your skinner blend going from you, because you have the sapphire blue. I would go with the sapphire blue and the teal, just these two, and place that, and then with this on top it's going to give you the ocean water lagoon type of effect, and it's going to be gorgeous. So this will be one. For the second one, I didn't clean this properly. For the second one, we are going to do a little bit of mica shift, and it's preferable that you use geometric type, because I'm going to cut this and leave only like, this is one of the makings, and it's the honeycomb, and I love these because, as you know, you can go through the machine with them. Always put your non-stick treatment on the clay, not on the texture. And then I'm going to just get it through the machine like this. Hold on, I made a mess. I didn't change the the thickness to. I'm so sorry. Truth be told, I am a little fuzzy because the barometer here started dropping really bad. It's at 29.7 right now. It's going to go down to 29.5, and I am extremely affected by barometer drops. And right now I feel like I have, you know, when you have a sinus infection, and like I need to pop my ears all the time. So yeah, my brain is not braining very well. I was supposed to get this thinner and then thicker with the texture. Just a second. Well, things happen, you know. The machine still on the thin white that I had done, so it kind of shredded my clay. Okay, hey you, that's okay, don't worry, I'm glad you made it. Okay, now we gotta go again. Yeah, this is how it was supposed to be, not little hexagons. And now we can go ahead and going to still keep these here. We can go ahead and shape. And as usual, I'm going to clean my shaving blade with Armor All. So this you can use either something that is connected directly to the colors that you have used, or you can use something much darker, like I would go with the graphite, or you can go with I wouldn't go with the complementary color, because that kind of messes things up. It doesn't look that good. But the gold definitely works. You can use the copper. You can even use the that combination of about half and half white pearl and gold. So that will also look beautiful. But using this kind of stuff, and even with the half and half white pearl and gold, would look good. It will remind you of summer and honey. Okay, even more so if I had some hexagon cutters, but I don't think I've even seen them. Or anything of the sort. Okay. Now I can go cut the extras. But before I do anything with this, I'm going to have to burnish this by itself first to make sure that I have a nice, and this is why I made it a little bit thicker, so that when I burnish, it doesn't get too thin. So once again, first use your fingers, and you can see why I always use wax paper, because the wax paper shows me where the clay did not stick to the paper. With regular printing paper, you will not see that, but the wax paper shows me where I have to insist. So if I first do this very lightly, it's going to show me the areas where, and you can use an acrylic block. My acrylic block is in the kitchen. I don't know, things happen when you have the feeling that your head is so stuffed up that you can barely move it. I didn't want to let you down, especially because the weather is not bad here yet. And today it will not be that bad. Tomorrow but it's going to be worse north of me by what I have seen. For people in Kansas and Nebraska and even up to Iowa, the forecast is not good. Until 3 days ago, the forecast for today didn't look good, but they downgraded it. And again, you don't want to roll because you don't want to mess up the direction of the little mica things. So I'm going to go with this, and again I need to use my thing here and lift the camera. Fun, huh? And try not to go online. You see how I put it a little bit skewed so that I wouldn't get them in the same pattern. Okay, that was a little bit too close. As I said, I cannot really see very well from here. Okay, then the middle one. And the white one. Hey. Just cutting with that thing didn't really work very good. I keep saying that I need to glue that little thing, and I keep forgetting. I kind of boo-booed, but it's enough to show you the effect. And remember, if you do it all with, this is more like a fall than a summer, honestly. See, here I went too close, but still. As I said, it's hard to cut these properly when you cannot look at them from above. And I cannot see on the camera because my hands are in the way. Okay, so again, getting this off. Placing it on. And once again, we burnish. Because the whole idea is that when you press, the top layer is going to get pressed down in the bottom layer, and you don't want a lot of, maybe next time I should make this gold a little bit thinner, press down in the bottom layer. And that's the whole idea of the thing. And once again, we cut it. And there we go. So two different looks of the same. But you can see the whole textured thing. Let me refocus this. And of course you can use other shapes of little holes. You can even use a little bit of beigeish in the white and sandpaper too to make it look more like stone. But you can see it both, how they both work. And this will give you more of an idea of how it will look with a blue and teal skin and blend. As I said, for the top, your best bet to make it look the most like ocean water foam is to use, like you have the, let's say the square. I don't know why I don't have the square cutter here, because I normally have it. Like you have the square cutter. Let me see. Just a second. Oh. Okay, so you'd have a square cutter, and you don't really need more than one for this whole thing, because you're going to make it fairly thin. Let me get these away. So let's say that this is your square cutter, okay? So you cut it in 4. This would be translucent. You cut it in 4. Then one of these 4th, this would be an 1/8. So another one of the quarters, you cut it. And then you cut this amount out of white pearl. And place it here, mix the whole thing, and then add interference blue. About, if you have the little, let me see, because I should have them here. Polyclay Play has these little scoops, to measure exactly that. And all you need is one flat scoop of interference blue. And it doesn't really matter. By the way, I promised to somebody that I was going to look if Perfect Pearls has interference colors, because obviously with Perfect Pearls you don't have to seal, that means varnish or anything, and the only interference color I found in Perfect Pearls is blue. So yeah, you will get the perfect combination to do the ocean thing. And if you really want to go for an ocean look, if you give me just 1 second, I shall, no, it's not here. Give me 1 second, because I think that it is not. Okay, yes, it is not for members anymore. And it is a bracelet with these exact effects, but it's a little bit different. I mean, obviously different. That you can watch. And if you give me just a second, I will show you how it looks like. Hey, I said shut up. Just in case you want to try it. It used to be a members only, but now it is a public one. So you can, and this has a little bit of something like this, but not entirely. But you can kind of combine the whole thing and do something of the sort to obtain that lagoon ocean water effect. But for now, I hope that you liked it, and I hope that you will try it in various variants. Another very interesting effect is shush. Seamus has some complaints. Another very interesting effect is to put some red in the transparent part, and then use the graphite. And I would go with something that's like the bark on the makings, and not only, but something that would have lines like bark for the overlay, and it will look beautiful. Obviously, if you want to do a backing on it, the only backing, you can just keep this as a backing. Just make sure that you sand lightly with like a 600 grit. You can sand so you don't get those shiny spots from the tile you bake in, but they are, I don't know, maybe not hundreds, but dozens of possibilities with this. And think about when it is for example, for Valentine's Day, you can use little heart cutters. You can use all kinds of things for this. And I am sure that you shall enjoy it. So I just wanted to show you today these effects. And I hope you shall try it and let me know how it looks like, because I might feature you. Okay, thank you so much, and have a wonderful week, and stay safe for the ones of you who are going to be caught in bad weather today and tomorrow, and hopefully not for the rest of the week. I hope you stay safe and you don't get badly affected by the weather. Thank you so much. I love you all. See you next Sunday.